How are we this morning? Okay, it's 9:29. Suzanne was telling me that if we're late now, we have to wait another 15 minutes. So, means I have to be here right on time. Who's in this morning already? Good morning, Holly. Good morning, Mum. Have you got much rain up there, Mum? It's absolutely poured all night. We had 90 mil. Good morning, Daphne. Good morning, Lisa. Hi, Roz. Good morning. Good morning. Lovely to see you all. Yes, so the wet rain actually arrived, and we've had 90 mil. So some of the outlying areas have got flooding on the roads. Not too many. Um, I did ring work this morning just to make sure that they didn't need me coming in, but they've decided in the end that they would close the refuge today, only open for people who are dropping off dogs and or picking them up. So yeah, I thought I didn't put this up to the last minute until I'd rung Tegan to find out whether she needed me or not. So yeah, mum lives about an hour just over an hour north of me. They must have been getting the rain as well. So yeah, there we go. My garden's got a couple of areas that look like inbuilt swimming pools. But other than that, we're all good. We're all good, just very wet. So it's good to have the natural rain, though. The rain, though. Good morning, Carol. How are you this morning? Lovely to see you. Um, yeah, it's good to have, I said to you the other day, we planted a few seedlings and that, and it's so much better for them to have the natural water than it is to have the tap water. So very good. Alrighty, so I don't really have much to tell you this morning. Everybody's sort of getting a bit excited, I think, about on stage next weekend. I'm not going to on stage this year. I went last year, but not this year. You've had rain a few days or cloudy. Yeah. Well, they've been threatening us with this rain for quite a while, but it's night time there. Okay. Morning, Sue. How are you this morning? Yeah, they've been threatening the rain, but we've been overcast and we've had a few showers here and there, but nothing big. But it's been steady all night, not last night. So, and we're supposed to have it through today. Hi, Leslie. How are you? So lovely of you all to pop on this morning. Let me see, did Mum say whether it was raining up there or not? No, not yet. Okay. I'm sure it is because I was looking at the map. So, okay, this morning. You're not going either? No. I mean, by the time we'd either driven or flown down to Sydney and then found accommodation, which I believe isn't cheap, and I did look up how much it was at the wherever it is, the Sheraton or wherever it is at. And even though it was a discount, it was a ridiculous price to have to pay because we'd have had to have stayed for 3 nights, and it would have been close on $1,000. So no. Oh, Desley, you're still watching from hospital. Oh, hopefully you can go home. Yes, it's always lovely to be home, isn't it? It's certainly not nice being in hospital. And how are you going, Roz? Hopefully you don't like the rain much. Hopefully things are getting better for you as time goes on. Yeah, it would be lovely if Desley can go home. Yeah. Hi, Marlene. Lovely to see you. All right. Your rain's gone. but the main barrier highway is still closed between Broken Hill and Wilcannia. Okay, yeah. Just the outlying roads here and a couple of the outlying roads to Harvey Bay, but our main road through to Harvey Bay is still open. The Bruce Highway is still open. So yeah, it's when those start to close that's when we know that we got problems. I did read yesterday that the Mary River was at 5 meters, and the same person put up that it has to reach 12 meters before we flood. So it's got a long way to go. I know, Roz. I mean, yeah. By the time we got down there, one way or another, with fuel and everything, yes, definitely make sure everything is perfect first. It's nothing worse than getting home and then having to go back. I've done that, and it's not fun. Yeah. So, yeah, we should be right. You've got in-laws in Harvey Bay. Ah, that's interesting, Sue. Mum and Dad used to live in Harvey Bay before Dad got sick, and then yeah. All right, I'm going to go straight down to the desk this morning. Um, if I can remember how to do it. Our restream has changed, and it makes it really difficult to navigate. When it's new and yeah. Anyway. Alrighty, so choices this morning. Last week you gave me a challenge of boxes, or what was the other thing? Window sheets, working with window sheets. 3D, I think you said. So today we have a choice. We can do the left hand one, or we can do the right hand one. And that's all you're going to see for now. So the right hand one, I've made quite a few of them, but not at this size. So first one to, oh, okay. Yep. That's where my cousins live, Roz, in California. They live in San Diego. I'll bet you do. Loads of ideas. And then you'll get into the craft. I hope you're writing things down. Yeah, it is in Sydney this year. And I mean, we're right up here. So, we'd have to get down to Sydney. And to drive, it's a couple of days down to Sydney. So, yeah. So sometimes we have to say, nope, not this time. And that's what we did. So, in actual fact, I believe that it didn't book out in Sydney. Last year in Brisbane, it booked out. But I believe in Sydney, it didn't book out. So you want the right hand one? You're the first one to say, Lisa. So that is what we will do this morning. That was actually the plan, but I thought I'd give you the choice. All right. Ooh. I've got a box here because Ray's been preparing, so I've got a lot of bits and pieces. There's lots of bits to this card, but I've done most of the cutting, which is going to be good. So I'll move those because I'm not sure if I'm doing that yet. Hope all the pieces are here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Goodness knows what those are. 3 pieces. Where do I need 3 pieces? Okay. So this one is an exploding box. You have family and friends in California. Yeah, that's it. You've been screenshotting. Oh dear. Alrighty, so today we're going to make the exploding box, and I think most of you have seen it. It opens up like this, and then you can either have one in the center to pop something in, or you can have these as another layer. So it just depends on how you want it. It's easy to imagine what it's like with the other layer. And you just make the lids as well, and it all folds up like that. This one's not decorated, of course, and there we go. Alrighty, so that just makes, and when this has got bits on it, it just flops open. So that's what we're doing today, and I just have to find where I've put all my little bits, because look, there's heaps of them. Oh, don't tell me. There we go. Lots of pieces cut. So this was just a muck-up that I made out of some of my old basil cardstock. But I'll keep it here just in case I need a reminder of how we're going to go. So there's quite a few bits and pieces to this. Hopefully we won't go too far over time. So I did write myself a few directions so that I would remind myself of what I have to do. Okay, so our first piece is 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, and it's scored at 2 1/4 and 5 1/2, turned 2 1/4 and 5 1/2. I don't know if you can see the score marks on there, but yeah, it sort of makes a grid pattern. Then the second piece, what have I done here? Oh, that's boring, Lorraine. I've done it all the same color. It's very boring. The second piece is going to sit on there, but we'll do it all the same color. It won't matter because we've got all these different pieces here. And then we have this one here for the box, and these are the two lids. So the outside box is box lid, is 4 7/8 by 4 7/8, and I'll give you the sizes afterwards. So we're just going to start with the bottoms. What I should have done was a different color for on the top, but I'll make it all the same for today, and then we can do another one another time with different colors. So if I don't get a move on, we won't get to do any decorating of this, so we might as well do it now. So once you've got the large base, you're going to cut out these four corners. Has anyone made these before? I know that they were quite popular many years ago when I had the shop, and we made them. But they're also great when you make the bigger one. Of course, these squares are bigger, and you can use it for photos. So we're just going to take out each of these four corners, trying to keep it as straight as possible. I'm not good with scissors and cutting. Try and keep it on the line there. Okay. 2. 3. Molly. Molly. I should probably get up and go out now. All right. So that gives us that there. What we're going to do quickly is just burnish all these folds. Oops. I thought I was doing so good the other night getting all this ready, and then I didn't even think about the inside being a different. Actually, I've done the wrong one, haven't I? No, I haven't. That's the base. Is that the base? Oh no, don't tell me I've cut the wrong one. Hang on. Yeah, that one's 7.5. Do. Oh, so that's the second base. The first base, 7.5. No, that's the first base. What have I done here? 8.25 by 8.25. Where's my other base? I've lost a base. All right, let's cut another base. So the colour that I used was Fresh Freesia, but what I'll do, now that I haven't got that as a base, I'll just use Highland Heather, which will give us a different colour. Well, there you go. It must have been for that reason, mustn't it? I can't think why I did that. Probably because I was getting so excited that I was getting ahead of myself. Okay, so this one actually has to be 8.25 by 8.25. That's right, because you can just get it out of here. So 8.25. We'll get to see some cutting after all. By 8.25, and literally this is just a slither off that end. And then we're going to score that at 2.75 and 5.5. I'm sure I've done one of these. 2.75 and 5.5. You're not big into boxes. I don't do them often. And then turned it, and then we're going 2.75 and 5.5 again. There's a lot in them, really, for I mean, they're great if you've got a reason to do it, but I'm just hoping now that that other one isn't going to be fucked up. Otherwise, I'll just have to do it. All right, so cutting the 4 corners. Here we go. Being so careful the first time. If I go over, I go over. 1, 2. Oh, I'll just go in a bit there because I've cut inside the line. There we go. Doesn't help having one eye that's blurry and one eye that's okay. Probably I should just shut one eye. What do we think? Yeah, see, that's crooked, but that's okay. And then this one here. All right, so we have, that's the base, and then we have the next. Now that is the same. So I had cut it right. Why wasn't it measuring right? Bother. All right, we'll do it with the, so which is the next one then? Base 2 is 7.5 by 7.5. So that's this one. Which is this one. So for this one, yeah, for this one we'll do the same. We'll just cut these corners out. We've got 2 colors of card anyway now, so cut them all right. It was weird. And like so. All right, so you can see where we're going with that. Okay, so that is going to stick onto the center of there. But before we do that, what we need to do is decorate the pieces underneath. So I've got 1, 2, 3. Nope, that's the smaller ones. 4, which I'm going to pop on there. So let me just pop those on. It's easier to do this now than to leave it. If you leave it until the end, it's, yeah. That's a smaller one. Okay. That's a smaller one too, I think. So we've got that. Fine, that's a small one. And we have this one. I thought this was good paper for this, actually. Hi, Glenda. How are you? Lovely to see you. All right, so we've got that, and then you can turn it over so that when it's let me do this, when it's actually turned up, you're not just getting a blank piece. So it's entirely up to you whether you want to do the extra one or not. You don't have to if you don't want to. So I'm trying to keep the small bits away from the bigger bits now. So what I thought I might do is just for the outside is turn that over so that we have a different color. And the green goes with the purple. So we'll do that. It just gives something when you open up the box, you're not staring at a piece of blank card. Now, any one of these, you can pop a piece of white card in the middle to put a sentiment if you want to. Or like I said, you don't have to have that center box. So it can come down as another layer, which is how I've done it in the past more often than not. But I thought I'd do it both ways, and then so quickly put those onto there like that. It is pretty paper, isn't it? Hi, Suzanne. How are you? It's, which one is it? Have I still got it out? No, it was good. Put it away. I'll find it in a minute which one it is. All right, so that's the base, and now we're going to do this side. So what we can do is, so that it stands out against the other part, we could do this in green, or we can do it in the color. What do you prefer, the green or the pattern? Let me know, and we'll get that on as well. Six, 7. Which one did I put glue on? That one. Don't know why I got 9 of them. One's probably the top of the inner box. Okay, the green. Okay. Hi, Daryl. Sorry I didn't see you come in. Morning, Tanya. I'm just catching up. You like the purples, Desley? So Lisa says patterns. Daryl came in first with green. Okay. I'll do the green and then I'll do the patterns on the other side. That way then, yeah, we've got different colors going on. So it's so much easier for me just to take the first one, if you know what I mean. So we'll do the green there. Oops, not that one. And we've got the green there. I will work out what all these pieces are eventually. And we've got the green there. Might have to get a new glue out. Only feels like a little while ago I got, and then that's that one. All right, so we've got then the other side we can put on the pattern. Okay, so that one's already glued. Let's hope it's still sticky. Should be. I was watching somebody one day and they always put their glue on and leave it to one side and then put it on afterwards, stick it afterwards. Sort of sounded like a plan. I think I've either got one too many of these or I've put something in the wrong place, but it doesn't matter because like I said, it's years since I've done these, and I adjusted it a bit. So okay, so now we've got both sides of that one, we've got both sides of that one. So just let me turn these up. Oh, are you going to stick or not? Is there 2 pieces there? Nope. Probably should have done this before I stuck them on. Let's burnish these. Now, it is better if you use like a heavier paper or whatever card for these, because it helps them to fall. So what's going to happen now is when we open the lid, we're going to get this, but we're not going to see any blank areas, which is how I like to do it. I don't like to see the blank areas. I have no idea what that piece is for. 2, 3, 4. I don't really have many ideas what that's for either. Well, we're going to find out. That's for sure. 3 of that size. 1. I can always check here and see if I've got pieces hanging around anywhere. No, that's probably that one. Is it? No, that's a bigger one. Oh well, we'll find out as we go. All right, so that's the bottom part of the box done. So we'll pop that over there. Now we're going to make the second, well, we'll make the lid. Let's make the lid. So when it comes to the lid, we have 4 7/8 by 4 7/8. And then you score at 1 inch. Just keep turning it and score at 1 inch all the way around. Then we're going to cut out these two here. To each, we're not cutting them out. We're just going to cut up like that and up like that. Now we're going to do the opposite corners, opposite lines. So up like that and then up like that. There is another way that you can do a lid where it folds into itself, but I just thought this one was easier for, and then we're just going to take out that little bit on the inside of that just to make this into a bit of a tab so that it fits nicely. So we've got that. Okay. Now, I actually prefer to use double-sided tape for this, but it's entirely up to you what you use. If you use glue, you might well need pegs or something to hold it. You can see how this is coming up now to make a box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put double-sided tape. Hang on, let me see. That goes on the inside. All right, so the double-sided tape is going to go here, here, and here. So I'm going 1, and 2. So we want this to fit nicely, but by using tape, of course, we pretty much only get one shot at it, but that's okay. I think I put 3 on the last lot. So obviously this isn't a card that you're going to put in the post. This is a give it, hand it over card, but it does give you the opportunity to pop stuff inside the box. Right, that one's a bit long, Lorraine. This is where my scissors will end up in the eucalyptus oil when I'm finished to clean them off. Oh, thanks, Daphne. It is. It's the reverse sign. Looks like, yes, I am. Yeah, make an exploding box. Hi, Donna. Lovely to see you. You've seen that also? Okay. Yeah, they were something that was around a long time ago. Like I said, I used to I did a class on these. I was just looking for something just a little bit different, and then tomorrow I've got something different again. Now, what I'm going to do is fold those in, but I'm going to do it one at a time. Line it up perfectly, because if you go over, it won't work. Take that one in and line it up with the edge and stick it down. This is why I like to use the double-sided tape on these. And I prefer it if it lifts when I want it to. Actually, I remember my son, when he first started. Oh, well, that is sort of, what have they been married now? Goodness, 14, 15 years. He had me make him one of these for his, at the time, new girlfriend, to put something in it. Right, and now we're going to, so we got time with this, we're going to stick this down as well. Look, you can do this with double-sided tape, and I think I did with the other one. But this one I'll do with this, and I'll just put something on it to hold it down, just in case we need that bit of wriggle room, because this ain't never easy. So we're going to stick that. Get my own head out of the way, I'd be able to see what I was doing. This will give me a teeny bit of wriggle room, which you don't have if you use the tape. So let me make sure. There we go. I think we're about right there. So we'll just leave that to stick. Make sure all these will lift up. Yep. And I'll just put a block in there. It's only a small one. But this will be the lid. Oh, we can still put the lid on. This will be the lid for this one. Okay, so that's what you'll see from the outside, but I've still got to decorate the lid. Okay, let's go with number 2 box. So we're going to, yeah, this box is 6 3/4 by 6 3/4, I hope. I don't know why I've got that one. So what is this? It's hard to measure, isn't it? No, that was the original base, wasn't it? So we're looking at this one here, which is 6 3/4 by 6 3/4. This one we do a little bit different. So we've got all our lines. I'm just going to burnish them. Right, so that's all those. Now, with this one, we're going to do it slightly different. So for the actual box, we're not going to cut these out. So again, we're going to do the cutting where we go up to that center line, that next line. So from each one and up to the next line, and then we're going to turn it around and we're going to do it the same the other side. Okay. I think this one I decorated afterwards. So then what we're going to do to make it easier and less bulky, we're going to cut these out. So we're going to cut from here to here and get rid of that, oops, that triangle there. And then we're going to cut from here to here and get rid of that one. And then we're going to do the same on this side. So from here to here. That's why I only did 4, isn't it? Of course it is, Lorraine. And then from here to here. Is that right? Where am I going with this one? Yeah, I'm cutting that one away. Gosh, I had a mind blank there for a second. Okay. So with this one, we're going to do pretty much the same. But what we're going to do is we're going to bring these two together, and we can either double-sided tape them or we can stick them with glue. So I'll just put some glue on. Now we just have to remember that we're not putting glue on the whole thing. So just on this top bit here. And we can pop that across like that. Oh, my husband hasn't coughed nearly all day yesterday and now he's coughing. Okay, we're going to do the same with this side. So we're going to put the glue just at the top here. Sorry if you can't see what I'm doing. And we're just going to close that one up as well. This gives it a little bit more, I don't know, freedom, I suppose, because you've got the holes at the bottom. Now what we're going to do, go back to the original one, we're going to glue all of this. Don't be tempted to glue that. I've done it before. And then just make sure it comes up nice and neat as a box. And then we're going to do the same this side. Bring it up nice and neat. And there's, yes, definitely, the score lines on this one, sorry, on the center box, 2 1/4 and 4 1/4. Turn it and do 2 1/4 and 4 1/4 again. Your mats for it are 2 by 2, which is these, which I'm going to pop on. I'm just going to give it a couple of seconds. Make sure you haven't got, and I've always also cut those for the inside because I wanted the inside to look four. I've got an extra one of those. Oh, that's probably for the lid. Duh. So these ones I cut out of the bouquet, and these are out of the same paper. So because we've got the green on the outside here, I'm going to put this side on here. So it didn't really matter what colors we chose. We were still going to get a mixture of the two colors. So I'll just pop this on. You could do this beforehand if you wanted to. It's just with this box it's not hard to do because it's quite a stable box. I don't know how many little Easter eggs you'd get in there. I actually did see a really cool box for Easter eggs. It's got drawers in it, and I'm actually thinking I might do that on either tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm just popping these on the outside. Like so. And then I did do, like I said, you don't have to put anything on the inside if you don't want to. I mean, it doesn't look awful at all. But if you want to, you can stick some pieces in there. Just for time, I'm not going to worry with that. So now we need to do the box, which we do in exactly the same way as we did before, which is cutting up here. Oh, that missed the line altogether, but that's all right because I've got to make a tab there anyway. So it's just going to make a bit of a and then up here and here. Doing it with a tab just makes it easier to fold and to fit nicely. Sorry, I'm not really following. Yes, did you see it? I think I'm going to give that one a go. It's I can't remember who did it. Maybe Julie Bling. But yeah, I thought, oh, that'll be nice. I'll either do it tomorrow or I know this isn't what you guys thought of when you said about boxes or 3Ds, but it's still three-dimensional. And what I did think too, and I didn't go ahead with it, is the top of one of these boxes, like this one, you could actually cut a piece out of that bit there. Yes, it is, Donna. It's on the stage at the weekend. Okay, so then we're going to use the tape again. Let me get all this rubbish out the way. Goodness me. I don't know why I did 8 of those. There's only 4 middles. All right, so we want this to go in like this. So I'm going to stick the tape here. Oh dear. He actually managed to sleep in his bed last night. He hasn't slept in the bed for 2 nights because every time he laid down he was coughing. He was good all most of yesterday, and now he's coughing again. So just popping this up. I just prefer to use this. Otherwise I've got to get pegs or grips of some sort. This is really strong, this stuff, because as I'm pulling it, it's taking some of the card. All right, so now we just make this box. So we'll take 1, 2, 3. And we will line that up. Okay. Let me take that. A little bit of surgery there. So we will line that one up there. And we will line that one up there. You know, we've already done this once, so So it's entirely up to you whether you want the inner box made, because you'd still have, if you don't make it, then it explodes right out, and basically, if say you were to put Easter eggs in there, they would sit. You'd have another one in here. When that opened up, they would just be sitting in there, but they wouldn't be contained. Did that make sense? It does fit. Okay, awesome. I'm pleased about that. I'm assuming everybody's made these at some stage. You had to take the line. Oh no, Tanya. No, 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 no. That's so sad. Fingers crossed. Um, so I'm just popping these inside like that. And that's the lid. Don't do this to me. There we go. That's the lid to that box. And it fits quite snug. And for some reason I have tape overhanging here, so I'll just get rid of it. Push it in or whatever. There we go. Okay, so that's that. We can now stick, oh, gracious. We can now pop that into the center of there. I'm not going to decorate that at the moment. This is the smaller box. So I would say that that's what that one there was for. Did I cut that? Yeah, just minutely smaller. And then we can also, this box. So we have the green on the outside. So I'm going to put this on the top of here. So you would decorate the top of this, but I think I'm going to run out of time. What I was going to do, excuse me, now I've got a frog in my throat. Okay, so that's going to sit on there. And then I have these pieces for around the sides. So the top piece here, let me grab a ruler. The top piece is 2.5 by 2.5. These pieces are 3/4 of an inch by 2 3/4. So they're just going to go around the side. So if you've got that Easter paper, it would look lovely on these. Is that the right one? I didn't put the wrong one on there, did I? No. All right. Definitely going to have to get the other glue out soon. I'll stick there. That one looks a bit long, but that's all right. Measured the same as the others. Yeah, because that's the ones for the top over there. I tell you, cutting all these little pieces was great fun. But the good job was that I got it done. And if I'd have been cutting all these, we would never have had this box finished anywhere near the time. So I don't know why I did 8 of those. I was probably having a silly fit. What's I going to do with those? Was I going to stick those on the top? I think I probably... Oh, I know what I was going to do with those. Okay, I'm talking to myself, sorry. So there we have... Is that stuck down? Yep. We'll stick this into the middle. Like I said, probably better off with tape. Sorry, I'm just putting the glue on the bottom. And then this is going to sit. This is the hard part. I'm just trying to get it in the center. But I think that's about right. Like that. And then just leave it for a couple of seconds. So that will show you that we have the, it'll come up like this. You'll have that outer lid on there. So you can see we've got both the colors. And then when we take that off, what lid will, should we put the green on the top of there because we've got the outer? I think we will. So we'll pop the green on the top of this one. Yeah. Like so. And then we'll use, I don't know why I did those, probably to do the inside of the box if I was going to do the inside. Molly, move, out. Good girl, out. Sorry, I just had to put her out for a second. All right, so should we do that? What do we have there? We probably have the green there as well. Excuse me a minute. Come on. There you go. There you go. Good boy. Oh, now nothing. Now my cat's telling me off. All right, one. That one's a bit long too. Never mind. Oops. And one more. So you can see I'd prepared to do the insides of the boxes as well. But we're not going to. These are all the same size, so let's pop them on. It's weird. Anyway, so then we have that to complete our box. So you've got that one sitting on there. Now, then you've got this one coming up. You can put anything you want on these. You can decorate them. Yes, definitely, Roz. Yeah, the cat is allowed in the craft room. Yeah. Okay, Suzanne. All right, so then you pop these up like so, and you pop this one on. Now, my cat is allowed in here, but he's my old boy, and what I what I do is I have a litter tray in here, and he sometimes uses it, not very often. It's actually puppy pads. It's not a tray. And he came in and started moving, but the dog was sat on the puppy pads, so I had to move her off so that he would use that and not use the floor, which he has done perfectly. So yeah, it's a bit of, because he's got the really bad legs, I'm afraid we do tend to spoil him, and it's, it's just being fair to him. He has trouble getting in and out of a litter tray, but as soon as he does anything, I just clean it up and that's it. All right, so I'm sure you've all seen me make the flowers before with the doing the paper folding. So my plan was to put, not this color, I was just doing it, but the plan was to make a flower and put on the top, and then you could pop a bow with it as well. So I've just left it for now. I'll do that later on, and that's what that was. Okay, worked it out now. So I was going to do 4 and 4. That's what those are, of the flowers, the petals, so that I could pop them onto the top there, and that would make a nice top. You bought one of those autos emptying, yeah, and that's nice, yeah. No, he will go into the litter tray if he needs to go in, if he can get in. But if he's having a bad day or Lando's chasing him, one of the two, he will pop in here. And like I said, I'm in here quite a lot during the day, so if there is anything, I clean it up straight away, and it's all on puppy pads, so it's quite easy. All right, so that is the plan for the top. As you can see, I just didn't, we're not going to take any more time and do that. If you're interested in how to do those, so you take your piece of, I'll do it with paper because it's, and you fold it into triangle like so. Was it very expensive, Tanya? And then you fold that way like that. And once you've got that, what you do is you fold in half. All right, so now you can see, which side do I want? I want that side, so it's going to have to go down. You can see that you can, I'll have to do it this way because I did that one. You can see now how those two come up and those two come up, and that gives you, that's the right way actually, that gives you the triangle. Okay, so once you've got the triangle, you take from that top point and you fold it down to the middle, and then from the top point again you fold it down to the middle. He is very loved, and yeah, I wouldn't put him in any situation that he couldn't cope with. All right, so then when you've done that, when you've got more than one, you put that one inside that one, and then the next one that you've done goes inside that one. And as you can see, as it goes round, it's going to form like a stand-up flower. And that you can then sit on the top here. Okay. Okay, Mum, I'll do that. Yes. I actually love tea bag folding. There's so much you can do. But that was what the plan was for on the top there. So I will do that and show you. But there's our little box, our little exploding box, which opens up, and there we go. And then we have another box in there for some Easter eggs or a little gift or whatever else it is that you're wanting to give. Obviously, it's not going to go in a card. I might need to put some more glue on there. I'm not going to go in an envelope, but it is a gorgeous little box to give. And I'll finish the flower and I'll put that on the top as well. Okay, so that is that. Let me come back up to the top. Awesome. Okay, so lovely to see. It was 299. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yep. Yep. You're welcome, Marlene. It is a fun project. It's just something a little bit different. You're very welcome. So those who aren't really into boxes, I fully understand that. That's not it's not everybody's cup of tea, but if you've got the time and you want to give somebody a gift in a little package, that's not too what's it? That's perfect, jewelry maybe, like we said, lollies. You could put I don't know, because we're only really talking about the small one. But like you could put some lipsticks or whatever in there. What do you call it? Stuff to stop your lips from cracking. Oh, so many possibilities. And yeah. All right. So that's me for today. Um, I will see you all again tomorrow. You love the 3D projects. Okay. You do love it. Oh, that's good. Leslie. Lisa, sorry, and Leslie. Um, you're welcome, Carol. Very welcome. Thanks, Roz. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to pop back up to the top. There we go. It's a bit of a mess. Oh, I was already at the top, wasn't I? What am I doing? I'd already done that bit. All right, so there we go. That's for today. I will see you all again tomorrow morning with another project. I'll see how I go with what I decide to make, and we'll go from there. All righty, take care, everybody. If you're on the roads, please be careful, and I will see you all again tomorrow morning. Bye for now.